to the lecture series of compiler design. I am your instructor Kinjal Patel, and here the chapter 8 code generation. So the topics to be covered in chapter 8 are issues in code generation, basic block and flow graph, DAG representation of basic block, generation of code from DAG, peephole optimization, and loops in a flow graph. And in this lecture, we'll learn issues in a code generation. So code generation is the last phase of compiler. So first our source program is given to front end, and front end generate the intermediate representation, and that intermediate representation is passed to the code optimization phase, and code optimization phase optimize our code in form of time and space complexity, and that optimized code is passed to the code generation. So code generation generate the target program, which can be in assembly language or machine language. So properties of target code. So target code should be correct, then it should have high quality, then efficient use of resources of target code should be done, then quick code generation should be done, means code generation should be efficient. Now next topic is issues in code generation. So first issue is input to the code generation. Now we pass the intermediate representation to code generation phase, and it generate the optimized code, it generate the assembly code or machine code from that optimized code. So input to the code generation consists of intermediate representation of source program. So type of intermediate language are postfix notation, quadruples, syntax tree or DAG. DAG means the compact form of syntax tree. So the detection of semantic error should be done before submitting the input to the code generation phase. Means code generation phase, when input comes, then it should be error free. So the code generation phase requires complete error free code as an input. Okay, now next issue is target program. So first issue was the input to the code generation, means the input which comes into code generation phase should be error free. Now next phase is target program, means the output of the code generation phase. So the output may be in the form of absolute machine language. Absolute machine language can be placed in a memory location and immediate execute. Means absolute machine language means the code is in proper location and it is in a single module. Then relocatable machine code. So the subroutine can be compiled separately. Now a set of relocatable object modules can be linked together and loaded for a execution. Means if subroutines are separately divided in different modules, then compiler will compile the different modules in different parts. So when assembler generates the code, it is in different parts, so that code is known as relocatable machine code. Now when we want to link this different subroutine in single module, then linker is used. And when we want to put that code in proper location, then loader is used to put our code in a proper location. Now third type of target program is assembly language. So producing assembly language as output makes the process of code generation easier, and then assembler requires to convert it into binary form. So here these are the three output which can be generated from code generation phase. Now when we can generate absolute machine code, or when we can generate relocatable machine code or assembly language. So when the program is a larger, means there are larger amount of modules in the program, then it is preferable to use assembler to convert our assembly language into machine language. And when our modules are small, then we can generate absolute machine code or relocatable machine code from source program directly. And the most popular one is relocatable machine language. Now third issue is memory management. So mapping names in the source program to addresses of data object in the runtime memory is done cooperatively by the front end and the code generation. So we assume that a name in the three address statement refers to a symbol table entry for the name. So from the symbol table information, a relative address can be determined for the name in the data area. So in memory management, to manage the memory, symbol table data structure is used for the front end, and when we want to store the three address statement, then we refer the symbol table entry. Now fourth issue is instruction selection. So example of sequence of statements that A equals to B plus C, then D equals to A plus E would be translated into move B comma R0 means move B comma R0, the variable B will be moved into R2 register, R0 register. Now add C comma R0 means C will be added to B using R0 register and the result will be stored in R0 register. And move R0 comma A means the result will be moved to A variable. Okay, so the B plus C has been stored into A variable. Now next we want to add the A with E. So now again we need to move this variable A to register R0. So A will be moved to R0 register. And then add E comma R0 means now E will be added to A and the result will be stored into R0 register. Now move R0 comma D, that means the value A plus E will be stored in D variable. Okay, so here the fourth statement is redundant, so we can eliminate that statement. Means you can see that in third statement we have moved the value of R0 to A and then we are moving that value again into R0 register. So instead of this we can remove this move move A comma R0 from the statement, so we can directly consider the statement move R0 comma A. So here we can remove these redundant lines from the statement using code optimization phase. So here this instruction selection is an issue in the code generation phase. Now fifth issue is register allocation. So the use of registers is often subdivided into two sub-problems. So register allocation and register assignment, these are the two problems during register subdivision. So first problem is register allocation. So during register allocation, we select the set of variables that will reside in register at a point in the program. Means when to select the set of variables that will reside in register is known as register allocation. And during register assignment phase, we pick the specific register that a variable will reside in. So in register allocation, we select the set of variables that will reside in registers, while in register assignment, we pick the specific registers that a variable will reside in. So finding an optimal assignment of registers to variable is difficult even with single register value. Means we want to use the minimum register possible, so it is a difficult task. So mathematically this problem is known as a NP complete problem. Now sixth issue is choice of evaluation, means the order of the instruction in the instruction management. So the order in which computation are performed can be affect the efficiency of target program. Okay, so some computation order require fewer registers to hold intermediate results than the others. So picking the best order is another difficult NP complete problem. Now approaches to the code generation. So the effective code generation algorithm is also a task. So the most important criteria for a code generation is that it produces the correct code. So to produce the correct code and to choose the effective algorithm for code generation is a issue. So the design of code generation should be in such a way so it can be implemented, tested and maintained easily. Thank you. So in this lecture, we have learned different issues of code generation.